Well, as if Logan is not depressing enough, I've decided to watch it in the noir version. Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Movie Monday. So we're on the journey again towards Deadpool and Wolverine. Last week we watched Deadpool. I say last week, I watched it like 3 weeks ago because I went on holiday to America. I just came back a few days ago. But yeah, watching Logan now, and I've actually never seen the black and white version. I've had it since it released on Blu-ray. I have never actually watched the black and white version for some reason. I don't know why. This movie for me is the best Marvel movie ever made. I know it's not made by Marvel, it's made by Fox, but it's Marvel characters. I'm still going to class it as a Marvel movie, even though I'm still going to acknowledge it's made by Fox, but for me it's still a Marvel movie. For me it's the second best comic book film of all time after The Dark Knight. In my opinion, I think this is that good. Unfortunately, it's very depressing, so it's hard to rewatch constantly. Like, some of my favourite super movies, Dark Knight trilogy, I could watch those all over and over again. Avengers Infinity War, I could watch that a million times. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. There's a lot of super movies I can watch over and over again. X-Men Days of Future Past, X-Men First Class. But Logan is just way too depressing, man. Even though I think it's the best Marvel movie and one of the best super movies out there, easily top 2 for me. It's the hardest one to rewatch because it's so depressing and so sad and so brutal. This movie is just depressing the whole way. You know, there's a few badass moments here and there, but as a whole, just when you realize that Logan is dying in this, like from the start, you can see he's near the end of his life, and then with X-23 storyline as well, and with all the other kids and what the villains are doing, and then you see Professor X, what's going on with him, and what happened to the X-Men when you find out, because they don't even show what happened to the X-Men. That would have made it even darker. But like, when you realize what happens in this, what has happened in this timeline and what will happen, it's just outright sad, this entire movie. So yeah, it's going to be a depressing 2017 minutes, but I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the ride. So yeah, and to make it even worse, as if it wasn't depressing enough already, I'm going to watch it in black and white for the first time. At least the whole blood and gore will be less visible now. What's even sadder is tigers are extinct in this timeline as well. When they first escaped from that hideout they've been staying at with X-23, how long is that train? They get away and there's a long train that separates them and they get away. How long is that damn train to the point where they can't follow you, where they needed a tracker to help them find you? How long was that train? You know, I'm pretty sure the director said he considered putting the scene of the X-Men dying in this film, but he didn't. And I guess it would have made it more depressing, but I guess for pacing as well, it kind of made sense. But to hear it on the radio, like, this is basically what happened in Westchester, that took several mutants' lives, including several of the X-Men. I'm just like, so possibly what, Jean, Storm, Cyclops, they all died from Xavier's seizure. That's terrifying to think about. Like, that scene would have been so depressing to see as well. My word. Wait, I just clocked about Xavier's, what he said about the female lion. So that's why she has claws on her feet, because she's a female. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that applies to mutants. But yeah, the fact that she's basically Logan's daughter is kind of crazy, because they used his genes, right? So that means X-24 is his brother, basically, or his son. I really hate what happens to this family. They go to help this family, and like, we know what's going to happen. I mean, I know what's going to happen now, but obviously when you're watching the movie for the first time, it's just like, it takes you by surprise. Just takes you into this state of shock and surprise, and it's like, obviously the movie's depressing and the tone of the movie makes you think something's going to happen, but the fact that they meet this random family that's nice to them, that invites them out around for dinner, and they have a nice laugh over dinner, the fact that this entire family is going to die, and Charles is going to die on top of that, it's just like, this entire movie is just heartbreaking. It's just like, there's no moment to breathe. The entire thing is just sadness. Charles talking about how he's, you know, had his best night in a very long time, the most perfect night in a very long time. and he's about to be brutally murdered by X-24. By the way, it's a different setting now, and it's night time because I forgot I had work. I knew I had work. It's just that I was just like, oh, it's 3 o'clock. I gotta get to work at 4 o'clock. Let me go get ready. Now I'm back watching the last hour after watching the first Euros game between Germany and Scotland. Logan basically seeing himself. Sorry, I'm eating salmon, so if I sound a bit weird. Logan basically seeing his own Prime version walk past him as a clone. It's crazy, man. Also, this entire scene of the family getting murdered, Xavier dying. It's so depressing as it is, and I got to see it in black and white. But the scene of Logan finding out Laura can actually talk is just so funny, man. Like, the whole time she can talk, and he finally finds out. It's one of the few funny scenes in the entire depressing movie. It's a nice little light-hearted 2-minute scene until it gets serious again. Unfortunately, I hate how, like, they always find out where they are because of Caliban. Now Caliban's taken his own life with the grenades to try and distract them. They still find out where they are because of the coordinates on the postcard. They find the coordinates of where they're going in North Dakota, near the Canada border, where they got to escape to. It's just really like that they couldn't catch a break. Obviously, that's how the movie is. That's the tone of the movie, but it's just so depressing. Also, like, in terms of Laura, Daphne Keane did an incredible job. She was just a kid during this film. She did an incredible job of playing X-23, playing this Laura character. Brilliant. I haven't heard much about her since then. I'm sure she's been in some stuff. I thought she was going to be in New Mutants, but she wasn't. That was a different storyline completely, which I think was a missed opportunity. They could have made a movie about these young mutants after Logan. It's a great way to continue it, but they didn't do that. But yeah, I haven't heard about what she's done since that. I think she's in The Acolyte. I haven't seen The Acolyte. Yeah, I haven't heard much about her since the Logan movie, but she was so great in this, which is brilliant. And I feel like it was the only film I've seen that she's been in. So, but in terms of this movie itself, considering, like, I never heard of her before this film, I'm just like, she did an incredible job as a kid actor, and she smashed it. So yeah, this is an amazing movie, and it was a great way to. It was a sad way to end the franchise and to end Logan's story and Professor X's story, but it also made sense for who Wolverine is to have a sad, brutal ending like that. But yeah, Hugh Jackman was great, of course, but Daphne Keane was incredible. So yeah, I'm just surprised they didn't decide to continue. Obviously, Fox were on the verge of getting bought by Disney anyway, but the fact that Fox had a few more years and chose not to make a movie about the kids from Logan, this missed opportunity. They could have made something interesting there, even for a movie or two. But yeah, we're towards the end now, where the two of them are going towards the hideout before they cross the border. But obviously the villains know where they are now, so we're going to get this huge finale coming up. And also the kids cutting Wolverine's beard to have more, trimming his beard to make him look like classic Wolverine. Well, that was another funny scene as well. But it's going to get darker still. We're going to get to the most emotional scene of the film right at the end. The scene when one of the mutants, one of the girls, she lifts up a bunch of leaves and branches and just hurls them at the enemy. Just hurls them straight into people's faces and bodies, just completely mauling them to death with the trees. That scene is terrifying in black and white. Absolutely terrifying. The most emotional scene, I'm there now. The way Logan dies is so sad, man. And when Laura, when she says daddy as well, such a depressing scene. Remember seeing that for the first time. For some reason I went back to see it again in the cinema. It was just as sad, if not sad actually, because the second time you know what's coming and it still hits you hard. I was close to tears in the cinema the second time watching. It was a very emotional scene, but in the end he died a hero, you know, saving the kids, saving them, helping them reach haven, taking out the ones that were chasing them, and obviously Laura killed X-24 with the adamantium bullet that Logan ironically wanted to kill himself with. This whole movie was just so depressing, man. Like, so depressing. But it was good to see full-on Berserker Wolverine rated R going rage mode. Like, that's what the X-Men movies have lacked in terms of Wolverine's character. We've not seen it because we've not had rated R films before Deadpool and Logan. So we've, you know, missed out on that part. Hopefully we see more of that in Deadpool and Wolverine, the movie coming out. Yeah, just it was good to see that. I kind of wish we saw a bit more of that with Prime Wolverine in the old X-Men movies. I guess we might get that Deadpool Wolverine though, so we shall see about that. But I'm glad that I'm glad that Hugh Jackman gets one more go at Logan, and hopefully we get to see a cool Prime version of him just going berserker. And it is rated R Deadpool 3, so I'm looking forward to that. Obviously they got to go to the border, right? But I love how, like, well, I don't love it, but like it's funny how Laura does her eulogy for the funeral of Logan, and then the kids are just like, we gotta go now, let's go. Like, wait a little bit first. I love how she changes the cross to an X as well to signify the X-Men. That was a very nice touch. What to mention now is it's not just the story and the themes, but the music is also very depressing, and a really good score for the film. The movie is over now. Yeah, it's definitely worse in black and white. It's terrible either way anyways. But what a great movie, man. In terms of what it is, it's an incredible movie. It's just really depressing to watch and heartbreaking to watch. Especially for those who have watched the X-Men movies from the start and followed Hugh Jackman Wolverine's journey the whole way. That was just it just gripped you emotionally. It was just there's not much else I can say. It's just, yeah, what an incredible movie. If I was to rate it 9.5 out of 10, and yeah, that was good to watch. I thought it was worth watching before Deadpool Wolverine. I will do Deadpool 2 as well, just because watching Deadpool 3 is the one's coming. But Deadpool Wolverine is technically Deadpool 3. But I thought it fit in one Wolverine movie, and Logan is the perfect one to do. Like, there's X-Men Origins is a terrible movie, so we're not going to put that in. The Wolverine is fine. It's not a bad movie, but I don't think it was worth putting that in here. I don't think there's a necessity for it. But I felt Logan was a good fit. I felt. But we'll do Deadpool 2 as well, for sure, because technically Deadpool Wolverine is Deadpool 3. But maybe not next week. Yeah, next week is something else. It'll be Ultraman. But yeah, I will get back to Deadpool 2 before Deadpool 3 comes out, that's for sure. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you next week. Next week's movie one is already recorded, actually. So we're going to continue our Star Trek marathon at some point in the year. And there'll be more Road to series like Paddington, Gladiator. I'll just do one film, and what was the other one? I think there was another one. There's a Lord of the Rings animated movie coming out, so I'll be watching Lord of the Rings and Hobbit before that. But like, it's not really, it's an animated movie. It's not. It takes place years before, centuries before. I'm still gonna watch it anyway. Any excuse to watch Lord of the Rings, and we'll add in the Hobbit too, because why not? But that's towards the end of the year. It's Paddington and Joker, because Joker 2 is coming out, but that's just one film as well. But yeah, I'll be watching. I've never seen Paddington, so if you can wait till October, we'll be watching some Paddington before Paddington 3, because apparently it is worth watching. But yeah, definitely it's not too far away. We'll get back to Star Trek as well, that's for sure. But yeah, Deadpool 2 maybe in a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it